Solution of test 24. Now the chapters which are included in that are organism and population and ecosystem. Okay, so we start with the question 1. Question 1 asks that natality is. So you know that natality is the particular birth rate. It is commonly called as birth rate, but we should go according to the option. Now option A is given as the number of individuals of the same species that have come into habitat from elsewhere during the time period under construction. So it is talking about the immigration, it is not about the natality, so it is incorrect. Option B is given as the number of birth during a given period in the population that are added to the initial density. Yes, the whatever the population was there, in that a new birth which were added in a particular area, that is a natality, so it is correct. Option C, the number of death in a population during a given period, then it is mortality, it is not a natality, it is a death rate, so it is incorrect. And D is given as the number of individuals of the population who left habitat and gone elsewhere, so it is talking about the emigration, so it is not talking about the, so it is talking about emigration, it is talking about immigration, and this is talking about mortality. So for natality only B is talking, so B is the correct answer. Question 2. Question 2 asks that hydrophytes with both hydrophytic and xerophytic traits are. Hydrophyte means water loving plant with both hydrophytic and xerophytic traits is. So if we talk with respect to option A is given as agave. Now agave is a monocot. It is found in hot arid region, so obviously it has a xerophytic characteristic, and with the xerophyte it is a succulent, so it can hold or store water, but it is not living in a watery condition, so it is not a completely hydrophyte, so it cannot be the answer. Option B is given as nerium. Now nerium is a shrub and this belongs to Apicyanaceae family, so it is not completely hydrophyte, so it cannot be the correct answer. Option C is given as Vallisneria. Now Vallisneria, which is known as eelgrass, it is submerged hydrophyte, so it is not a xerophyte, so it cannot be answer. And option D is given as none of the above, so D is the correct answer. Question 3. Question 3 asks that maximum ozone concentration is. Maximum ozone concentration is. Now according to the recent data, maximum ozone concentration is 15 parts per million. Now according to the option, there is no data with the 15 parts per million, but parts per million, there is a concentration in parts per million, so option C become the correct answer, that is 1 parts per million, so C is the correct answer. Next is question 4. Question 4 asks that prolonged liberal irrigation of agricultural field is likely to create the problem of. So due to the liberal irrigation, what will happen, periodically water will be applied, and due to the continuously periodic water application, the proper water content is absorbed by the plants, and due to which the salt concentration in the nearby area increases, so it will create a problem of salinity. So C is the correct answer. B, remember, salinity is measured in form of parts per thousand. It is measured in case of part per thousand. Next is question 5. Question 5 asks that how many sentences are correct? Sentences are correct. So we have to identify correct statement. Now sentence 1 is given as the tropic level of grazing food chain are unlimited. So in any food chain, the number of tropic level are limited because food supply is limited, so it cannot be unlimited. So this is the incorrect. Second statement is given as organism at each tropic level depend on those at the higher tropic level of their energy demand. Actually, organism at each tropic level depend on organism at lower tropic level. So it is also incorrect. Statement third is given as plant capture 2 to 10% of PAR. Yes, it is correct. Plant capture 2 to 10% of PAR. Now PAR means photosynthetically active radiation. And fourth statement, it all organisms are dependent for their food on a producers either directly or indirectly. Yes, producers are those which synthesize the food, and obviously in any ecosystem, any organism directly or indirectly, it is dependent on the plants or producers. So it is also correct. So 3 and 4, that are the two statements, are correct. So according to this, in option A they have given a 2, so that A is the correct answer. Question 6. Question 6 asks that nitrogen is a critical element of ecosystem. Nitrogen is critical element of ecosystem. So if we talk about this, nitrogen undergo several changes in their form, that is by microbes, and they become convert into usable form, and that usable form are nitrogen oxides, and in this plants absorb this nitrogen element, and through this the particular survival of plant occurs. So it is critical because it is labile. So C is the correct answer. Next is question 7. Question 7 asks that ephemerals are xerophytes that are. Ephemerals are xerophytes means dry, means water losing plants. So ephemerals are those which complete their life cycle in very short period. Complete a life cycle in very short period. So they evade or escape a dry season. They escape dry season by disappearing and leaving their seeds. So because of this, they are known as drought escapers or drought evaders. They are known as drought escapers or drought evaders. So option B with respect to drought evader is escaper is the correct answer. Question 8. Question 8 asks that in the food chain of grasslands ecosystem, in the food chain of grassland ecosystem, top consumers are nothing but they are the top carnivores. They are top carnivores because they are not eaten by any other organism. So option A is correct answer. Question 9. Question 9 asks that ozone saves the biosphere by absorbing a high energy radiation called. So ozone absorb high energy radiation called ultraviolet. So option B is correct answer. Now this ozone, that is O3 layer, is present in stratosphere zone of earth. Stratosphere of earth, and it prevent the earth from the 99% of the incoming UV radiation. It prevent from 99% of UV radiation. Question 10. Question 10 asks that food level in an ecosystem are known as. Food level in an ecosystem are called trophic levels or food levels. So option A is correct answer. Question 11. Question 11 asks that carbon is available to a crop plant in the form of. Now carbon is available to crop plant in form of. Actually carbon is absorbed by plant for photosynthesis in the form of CO2, that is carbon dioxide. So B is the correct answer. Question 12. Question 12 asks that which one statement is correct? Correct statement regarding man-made ecosystem. Man-made ecosystem are nothing but artificial ecosystem. Now, according to the option, artificial ecosystem are highly efficient. Yes, they are more productive, so they are highly efficient. Option B, they are poor in diversity. Yes, they are poor in diversity because man-made ecosystem are selective based on the will of the man. Option C, they are vulnerable to drought, flood, and diseases. Yes, these are man-made, so they are not completely adapted to the environment, so they are vulnerable or more common to destroyed in a drought, flood, and disease. So it is also correct. and option D is all are correct. So all are correct. Option D is correct answer. Question 13. Question 13 asks that which one of the following changes would be likely to make terrestrial life on this planet? So this is what are the changes which would be likely to make terrestrial life on this planet impossible. Option A, a decrease in mean temperature by 10 degrees Celsius. If decrease, then there is a tropic alpine or Arctic region where the organism is less than 10 degrees Celsius also they survive. So it is not the correct thing. Option B, change in atmospheric permitting all solar radiation reaching the upper atmosphere to penetrate the surface of Earth. If all radiation will reach, then infrared will also reach and UV rays will also reach, that will kill the particular. So they will change the terrestrial life on this, likely to make a terrestrial life change will occur in this terrestrial life. So B can be possible. Option C, change in the orbit of the earth, it is not like that. And option D, change disappearance of the moon. Moon is not related with the disappearance with the terrestrial life. So B is the correct answer. Question 14. Question 14 asks that when food energy passes from herbivore to carnivore, that is in the trophic level. So you should understand that there is a producer at the basic level, then there are herbivores, then primary carnivore, then secondary carnivore and top carnivore. Now in this what happens, herbivore will eat in producers but it will not completely eat produce and all energy will not reach to the herbivore. Only 10% reach to the herbivore and remaining will be lost. So some energy is decreased. Option B is some energy is decreased. So B is the correct answer, because the actual percent of energy from food at one level when converted to energy from food at next level may be approximately 10% of that. So much of the other 90% of energy is lost. It is according to the 10% law of Landman. Question 15. Question 15 asks that exobiology refers to the study of exobiology. Now exobiology is the branch which deals with the some of the life on the exotic areas, means it is topic about the life of other planet. So D become the correct answer.